Alright guys, so basically we're back to day one again. I'm gonna start a new fast, a new dry fasting adventure. I'm gonna do 3 or 4 days of dry fasting a week unless I need a break. I'm gonna keep it keto this time, and I'm not gonna drink any alcohol. I've learned from my mistakes in the past, so hopefully this time there'll be an impressive result. Here's day one. Let's see what my weight is. 264.4. It is October 31st, 2024, and this marks the end of my first month of my dry fasting journey. Have you ever heard the song You Can Call Me Al by Paul Simon? It starts off with this guy singing about how he's soft in the middle now. He's got a beer belly, but his life is so hard. And if I had to sum up why I started dry fasting, I would sum it up by saying that. Like, I'm too stressed to exercise, I'm too stressed, I have too much on my plate to cook, and I'm too much of an extreme person to wait like 1 year to lose 80 pounds by slowly, meticulously picking my every meal, going to the gym, exercising every day, making sure I don't skip a day, tracking my progress and all that stuff. I'm an extreme person. I would rather have an easy way to lose weight that's just one difficult thing, like don't eat and don't drink water, which is what dry fasting is. It's an easy ticket to weight loss. Now, I need to say a disclaimer, nothing in this video is me suggesting that you do anything, and consult a doctor because I'm not a doctor. Especially the way that I dry fast is not even following the very, very, like, you know, rocky protocols that do exist in the few books that are out there about dry fasting. I do things that some people might consider to be dangerous if other people do them. So I'm just sharing my own experience to provide you with some motivation and excitement, and mainly my purpose in having this channel is to push you over that little edge where you're thinking to yourself like, yeah, dry fasting seems cool, but I can't do it. It seems too extreme. It seems too hard. And I want to give you that little fire in your belly where you say to yourself, no, I'm going to take control of this and I'm going to do it now. I'm going to start tomorrow. I'm going to start the day after tomorrow. And you get excited about it. And then fasting becomes an excitement, because as hard as dry fasting is, and let me tell you, it can be quite hard. Not a 10 out of 10 hard, but it could be a 7 out of 10 hard. But there are pleasures to dry fasting too. Losing weight is a huge pleasure. Your first glass of water when you haven't had any in 86 hours tastes like heavenly delight. Your first day of drinking during your rehydration and refeed is just so heavenly, like ice and water, ice and a 0-calorie drink like Crystal Light or something like that. Woo! You've never tasted such gorgeosity. Is that a word? I don't know, but it tastes good. And I mean, you feel like you're in control of your life. Plus all of the benefits of dry fasting, I mean, they're so numerous. All of your little aches and pains go away. Like if you have back pain, I had horrible back pain. It's gone now. It makes you feel so much more happy about life in general. You seem to lose depression. You seem to lose anxiety. You seem to lose the idea that life isn't worth trying for. It gives you a fire in your life, and that might just come with the weight loss. I don't know, just because you're at a healthier weight, but it seems to be something about the dry fasting itself that like kind of resets your mind. I don't know. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. It might sound a little woo-woo to you, but I can tell you that I feel generally happy, and not for any particular reason. I mean, I'm happy I lost weight, but also it just gives you this kind of like a childlike sense of wonder about the world. I don't even know how to explain it. It's like you feel renewed in some way. Maybe that's why people have always, for, you know, thousands of years, meditated and had fasting. Like meditation is kind of like fasting for your mind. And, you know, even like Jesus in the Bible or Buddha fasted as a way to get closer to enlightenment or God or, you know, the spirit of the universe, whatever you want to call it. Wow, I really went on a tangent there. So now if you're thinking like, okay, you sold me, I want to do this dry fasting thing, I've got 50, 60, 70 pounds to lose, what should I do? Well, the first thing you're going to want to do is you got to ask yourself, like, am I going to be able to, with the habits that I have, can I sustain this dry fast? And what I mean by that is, like, you could be doing things that make it impossible to dry fast. Do you smoke cigarettes? I wouldn't think that smoking cigarettes would be very good on a dry fast, just because you're going to be dry as this sand behind me at some times, and I don't think you should be putting chemicals into your body at that point like cigarettes. Or another example would be alcohol. I tried before to do dry fasting and incorporate alcohol during my refeeding and rehydrating times, and I'm going to tell you, it just doesn't work, because alcohol inserts chaos into your life. Alcohol makes problems, especially if you have a problem with drinking too much alcohol once you start. And when you're dry fasting and you get to a time when you could drink alcohol, you're going to want to celebrate, because it's exciting when you just lost 10 pounds and now you can drink water again. So why can't you drink 10 beers? You know what I'm saying? And that's going to increase your cravings. You're going to refeed too much and so on. So I would recommend cutting out alcohol, and just file that into the first thing I said. You know, like, you might be thinking, this is too hard for me to do, I can't do that. Get excited now. Get excited. Think about how great it's going to be when you lose all your weight and you are ripped. It's worth kicking out alcohol for a little while. Or, I mean, you don't have to. Like, that's up to you, but I'm just letting you know that it makes it a lot easier. It really does. Okay, so some tips and tricks, some things that make it easier for me on the dry fast. You know, I do a very dirty dry fast. What that means is that I don't always follow the rules. I'm not trying to cure myself of a disease or something. I'm trying to lose weight, and I feel like being at a low weight will give me good health. So I care about autophagy, but I'm not so strict about the dry fast. I will drink a little bit of water here and there if I feel like I really need it on day 3 and 4. This is because if I drink 1 glass of water, I know that I'm gonna lose 1 less pound than I otherwise would have. But my body is still not going to have enough water, and it's going to go back into harvesting water again. That's the process of a dry fast. Basically, you lose weight because your body is harvesting your fat to extract the water from it. Now, again, I don't have any scientific stuff to back this up, but it seems to be the case, because you can't tell me that dry fasting is just about losing water weight. I'm fully rehydrated right now from my dry fast yesterday, and I've only gained like 3 kilograms. So there's no way that I only lost water weight, and I ate carbs too. So it's not like I'm in keto. Like, I'm holding on to as much water as my body like normally would, I believe, at this point. So it's not just water weight. Your body needs to get that water from somewhere, and it's not taking it from your muscles. I don't believe. It doesn't seem like my muscles shrank at all. It's taking it from your fat, because your fat has a lot of water in it. Okay, so my tips. What were my tips? Oh, yeah. So besides occasionally cheating and making the dry fast a bit dirty by occasionally drinking like a glass of ice water when you really need it to sleep on day 3 so you can make it through 1 more night or something like that, what I would recommend is, if you have access to a swimming pool, go swimming. It's just beautiful. You don't crave water while you're in the pool, even on day 3. You'll just love it. It's so refreshing. Take some cold showers if you can't do that. Cold showers I would recommend anyway. They're an extra special treat also. It feels absolutely euphoric in the shower during a dry fast, I'm telling you. And beyond that, I would say, like, if you're already at like 3 or 4 days, or for you, your tolerance isn't so high, you're on day 2, and you just can't make it, I wouldn't recommend pushing your willpower too much. Think of this like working your muscles. Like, just quit the fast and then pick it up again the next day or whatever. Don't trust your willpower. Trust the ability of you to fast repeatedly and get better at it. My longest so far is 90 hours. there was a time when I never thought I could do 90 hours dry. It just seemed impossible to me, but now 90 hours seems like kind of like nothing. Like, I think I'm gonna maybe start tomorrow on a new 90-hour dry fast. So please do hit subscribe. Once I get down to my goal weight, which I've just decided that I'm going to switch from 180 pounds down to 170 pounds. So I still have 64 pounds to go. Why am I making my goal weight so low? It's because after I refeed and rewater, I'm probably going to want to like have a big celebration, you know, like a party for having reached my absolute goal. So I'll probably eat a ton of food. So I don't want to go over my goal weight of 180 pounds just because I celebrated too much after I hit my my goal weight. After that, this channel will continue. It might change a bit though. I have some plans for this channel after I hit my goal weight, which will make it more fun to watch me as I maintain my weight at 180 or 170 or whatever it turns out to be, whatever makes me ripped. As I maintain that, I've got some fun stuff planned, and I might end up changing the title of the channel later too, but I'll let you guys know about that when the time comes. But please do subscribe so that you can, you know, keep in touch with me, watch me lose this weight, get inspired, and hopefully you join me on this journey too. All right, have a good one. See you in the next one. Peace.